Alrighty, so today with Whiskey, we're going to kind of up the ante a little bit. She's been making so much good progress in the past few sessions. When I first started working with her, one of the big things is that she was not confident enough and too scared to leave the barn. And last week we worked on leading respectfully at a distance, staying connected through stressful situations, and then we were also able to get her out of the barn, turn her out for a little bit, let her have some grass, and it was all a really nice, positive, fairly relaxing experience for her. No fireworks or anything like that. I'm very proud of her. And so today we're gonna start implementing asking her to use her brain just a little bit more. Now that we've warmed up to each other, she started to understand how I'll communicate with her, and she started to build a little trust with me, and now I'm going to ask her to kind of step out of her comfort zone a little bit more today. And so I always like to start her off the lead, kind of see where she's at today. As you can see, she kind of like paces around to see what she can do to start, earning her breakfast, and she's always very eager to learn and stuff like that. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put her on the line today, and we're going to start working with the flag. One reason why I'm going to put her on the line is because I know that she's just going to kind of avoid the flag and not engage with it if we're off the line, and so I'm going to put her on the line. I'm not going to trap her in a place or anything like that, but I really want her to engage with this flag, kind of figure out what it is, and then learn the difference between me asking her to do something and then me just kind of being there. Hi. Good. Good girl. Good. And so space is a big thing with her, because if she gets overwhelmed, she will go through you. And so I'm constantly telling her, only so close, my girl. Good. All right. And so we'll see if we can get her to come back to a halt. Very good. And I'm going to present this flag here. Good. Good. Awesome. Good. So I'll give her a little treat for checking the flag out. So she's seen this flag before. We haven't really worked with it. I think I put it in her feed dish at one point. And she thought it was quite spooky. Good. Awesome. And so I'm just going to kind of reward her for investigating it. Sometimes what I'll do is this is how I'll teach horses to target. Because I really like the target tool. It's a great tool to have in your toolbox to shape other behaviors. I'm not necessarily asking for that specifically. I just really want her to engage with what this scary thing is. And so I'm not going to be as picky at all. And I'm not going to ask her to do anything with the flag starting off. I really want her to get comfortable with it, understand that it's a tool, it's an extension of my arm. It's a way that I can convey something to her. It's not just something that she needs to yield to all of the time. That really depends on what my body language is saying and, the other clues to the puzzle. I don't really like it when, good girl, we've got a horse that sees a tool and then immediately starts doing what they think that tool is related to. Like if you put them on the lunge line and they go out and just start circling you and not responding to you, that's not communication. That's them learning from a pattern, not actually listening to you, just doing what they think is correct. And so I really want my horse to like slow down and say, okay, what is it that she's actually asking right here? Not, okay, I see that, so I'm going to go and do this because I figured out that that's what makes this situation most comfortable. Kind of want a little bit deeper than that. So good girl, quite nice. So I'll just spend a little time letting her feel nice and relaxed at this starting out because I want to make sure that she's comfortable with this. I want to make sure that she's comfortable with me rubbing her all over the body before I ask her to do something, because once I do, I'm going to kind of push her threshold just a little bit. I want her to kind of be like, oh, what's that? Okay, let's figure out what that is. And so I think it's really important, especially with horses who are reactive, to figure out how we can not coddle them while still like staying within what they're capable of handling. And so if I have a horse that's super spooky or super reactive, I'm not going to try to avoid them becoming spooked. Good girl. That's good enough. I'm going to actually try to set up situations that are safe for both me and the horse that will allow them to kind of come to that initial level of mild spook, but then recover and then, still stay in that processing part of the brain where it's not just going into flight, but actually problem solving and figuring out what we can do with this input that we're getting. That might be a little bit scary. Good girl. Good. I love seeing this girl think. Yeah. Good girl. That's a good girl. Yeah, it's going to make some weird noises. It's going to look kind of weird. It's alright. I'm not asking you to do anything. Notice my body's really neutral. I'm not stepping into her. Good. I'm going to ask her to come towards me a little bit. There we go. Let's see if we can interact with this here. Good. 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 It's alright. I know, girl. What does that mean? And so something that's nice about really sensitive, I really like a sensitive horse. It's just making sure that they're resilient in other factors so that they're also safe and sensitive. But I think it's really nice to have a sensitive horse because then you can whisper and it says a lot more than having to yell at them. So. Good girl. And so far, we've done a lot of yielding to pressure here. We've done a lot of drawing, too, as well, with, like, the recall stuff. But we've been doing a lot of yielding to pressure, so you'll notice that she'll kind of offer it a little bit here and there. I know. Good. You're all right. Good girl. And so it's totally fine that she feels like she's not very uncomfortable with it right now. That's fine because she's coming back every time. She's recovering. She's trying to figure out what it is. And that's really all I want out of her. If we don't get to the point where we can start, like this already is pushing her boundaries, just the preparation. So we may not even get to the exercise that I had in mind coming in today, but that's totally fine too. We're going at this girl's pace. That's completely fine. Because when I do go at her pace, awesome. Then she's really, really awesome, really, really responsive. And when I come back the next day, we always pick up where we left off. So I really don't mind going nice and slow with this girl. She's awesome to work with. All right, I'm going to get some more food. One thing that also is kind of convenient, I haven't done anything with it yet, but she like instinctually ground ties because I don't think she's very comfortable with dragging this lead rope around. There you go, girl. You're all right. You're all right. Oh, hi. That's the flag. Nice. Let me get this untangled from your leg, sweetheart. That's really nice. Awesome. Good girl. Good. Just gonna stay with her. There. Good. It's all right. All right. There. There. It's not too bad. There. Good. Very nice. Very good. And so I want to make sure, the reason why I kind of pushed past her there is I was very carefully kind of monitoring where she's at. Obviously, she's pretty uncomfortable with it, but we weren't like popping that bubble to the point where she's like actually panicking and going away from it. And she's like so smart, she catches on to patterns so quickly, so I don't want her to think like, okay, I just got to target it, I just got to touch it. Good. Really nice. So there I just like barely skimmed her leg with it, and we didn't have a huge response, which is really awesome. That's awesome. So I see that she's kind of, you'll see her lean over. That's all right. And so there we go. There we go. Awesome. Good girl. So if she's managing herself and I see that she's like, she's processing here. She's not comfortable, but it's not a freak out situation. We're processing. And so I'm going to not chase after or anything, but I'm just going to stay consistent. I'm going to stay with her. And she's going to find that she can find relaxation in what she first thought was a lot of discomfort, a lot of nervousness. Look at that. There we go. Awesome. Awesome, girl. Nice. Nice. All right, let's go have a little snack. And then also, like, in between, like that, like, if I take it off of her, I'm going to make sure I'm going to make some noise with this on purpose so that, we're not all super duper spooky when we accidentally make a mistake and something drops onto the ground or something like that. Hi. Hi. Good girl. There we go. There we go. Awesome. We're getting somewhere. So notice how she kind of comes to me when she's a little too up. And so I want to make sure that we're also being mindful and respecting my space, because that's the big thing. Good. About spooking is that I allow my horses to spook. I want my horses to spook so they can get over it. But at the same time, they have to be mindful to not like jump into my lap at this, to get some comfort there about it. And so, processing is totally fine. Same thing with like bucking, rearing, kicking, to process things, but it's not going to be in my space. Good. You're all right. It's all right. Look at her. Look at her coming on in. Good. 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 So to tell her not to run into me there. Good. Good. There you go. Good girl. All right. Yep, there we go. I just don't want her to jut forward into me when she's thinking about what this is. Good. Good. Got a little tangled up here. You're all right. Good. Really nice. Look at her. Look at her trying to stay. Good. Really nice. I was able to touch her for the first time on the left side without her making a huge deal about it. And so the big thing here is that I'm not flooding her. That's the thing. I'm not just going and going and going until she shuts down and accepts it. I want to keep that brain moving. The difference between flooding and sending a horse in to learn helplessness and then helping them expand their threshold is just that. The act of actually expanding the threshold. When you're flooding, you're kind of just shutting the whole system down so that they're learning, okay, if I kind of just sit here and take it, I know. And they're not processing. That's how you create a ticking time bomb. You're teaching them to compress it and keep it inside. Whereas I want her to see something that upsets her and then say, okay, how am I going to make this situation better for myself? Or is this actually something to be worth being upset by? Or is it something that, I can get over? So that's the big difference here, is that I'm not flooding her. I'm paying very close attention to her threshold, how much of this she can handle. I'm making sure to stay well below that. Good girl. Awesome. Look at that. Look at that. What a nice girl. Oh, good. Let's see if we can go back here. We have a kick zone. Yeah. Nice, girl. Nice. It's not that bad, is it? Good. This is awesome. Glad we're getting something like this on video because it's a big difference. And notice how she's awake, alert. She'll check in with me. Yeah, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Good girl. Yeah. Not too bad, is it? Awesome. That was 20 minutes, girlfriend. You're a good girl. Nice. Look, you don't even care now. You're just like, where's my oats? Look at that. Look at that. Awesome. You're so good. There we go. All right, I'm going to leave you for a little bit more. Get the rest of your breakfast. Hi, girl. All right, so we're back to the right side. There we go. Get a little bit in there. There we go. Yeah, good. It's not too bad. It isn't. Not too bad. Good. Yeah. Yeah. Check it out. Good girl. Let me touch you. There we go. Yeah. It's not too bad. Yeah, now it's on your other side. You see it over here? Good. I'm just giving her gentle reminders. I don't want her too close. We can be nice and cuddly once I know that she's got my boundaries in mind and that she's, thinking about all that. And so if we're a little more strict and serious with our boundaries in the beginning, and our horses can respect that, then eventually we can have the cute, nice puppy dog and the lap horse, but not until we know that they're mindful of how big they are and how they can affect us. There we go. Nice. You're so good. Very nice. Awesome. And so now we're pretty good. We're pretty good with being touched by the flag. It's not 100%, but she's staying within her threshold. She's thinking about it. She knows that the flag is not a threat to her. And so now we're going to just talk about the difference. There, a little more. Stay back there. So we're going to talk about the difference between me asking her to do something. Oh, wait. Wait. I want that patience. Wait. One more step. Good girl. We're waiting there. Good. Awesome. And so I want to talk to her about the difference between me just having the flag and then me asking her something with the flag. I want to see a big difference there. And then another thing is that, as you just saw, we're working on patience. So she really likes to offer things, especially like the backup. Once she knows what she's supposed to do, she's excited to offer it. And I love that. I really do love that. But especially with these smart horses, because Toast is just like this. If they know what they want or they know what to do, they'll like offer it, and it's less like listening and paying attention, more being like, okay, this is going to get me the treat, and that's what I'm going to do, and then I did it, so now I get the treat. And so if I ask her to do something, I want her to sit and maintain it and think and wait and actually wait for I'm like, okay, that's good. So I want her back up there. We're good. We're good. We're good. Good girl. Really nice. And so now I guess we'll just start with like a little bit of what we've already learned at Liberty. And so once she's done licking this bowl clean, I'm going to ask her to back up again, and then I'm going to ask her to yield her shoulder, go around me in a circle, like a little lunge type situation. I'm sure once she's done, she'll go ahead and back up as an offer. Anyways, because that's the type of girl she is. Are you going to do it? Are my predictions going to be correct? Yeah? There we go. Ah. Awesome. And I'm going to set her up for success. Stay back there. Good. She's offering over to this direction. I will ask her to complete it. Yep, so now we've got the difference of, am I asking you to do something? Good. Awesome. And so the difference here between me just waving the flag. Good. Good. Between me just waving the flag and the flag being there and touching her and me asking her to do something with the flag is that I have an invitation as well. Good. Good. And so my order of operations here should be to invite and then motivate. There's a few more steps in there too, but just to simple it down. And then, good. I really like that. You know, this mare is so nice. Because I've never met a horse that has been so attuned and sensitive to the point where I can just get a little glance in her eye and she'll notice me notice that. And then from there, I really didn't have to teach her much. She has this like natural desire to connect, which is just good. Hi there. Good. There. Good. There. Come on. I know. Think about it. Here it comes. I know. Yeah. That's not an out. There. Good. Good. Very nice. Good. Back up. Not my space. Good. Very nice. Good. Very nice. And let's see if I can catch her. Good girl. Very nice. Okay. All right, and we're stuffed on the lead rope here, so we'll see how we deal with that once we realize it. And so, one of the things I'm looking for here when I'm like, kind of just lunging her around is that I not only want her to differentiate between me asking her to do something, me just touching her. Oh, we came from behind, didn't we? That's okay. That's okay. I want her to differentiate between me just touching her and me asking her to do things. There we go. There we go. That's nice. That's nice. Yeah. Yeah. But I also want a little bit more endurance of what I'm asking, like I was saying with the backup. So if I ask her, no, thank you. Good girl. And even that was really big because when I first started working with her, I wouldn't be able to like close a door and she still stay together. She'd either push through it or, escalate or something. So that's really big. Even that little thing right there. Her saying the wrong answer and me correcting her and her saying, okay, that wasn't right. And now she's standing here and waiting and being really good. So, awesome. Good girl. And so I'm going to ask her, let's see if we can go this direction. I'm inviting you. Okay. There. Good. 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 And then if I put you out in the circle, I'd like you to stay there. Get a little distracted over there. Good. So when she gets distracted, then she like kind of checks in with me again. And so let's see if we can get past this distracting part here. I'm gonna look out the window, ask you to go. Good. Wanna see? Good. Yeah. Oh, we got it. It's all right. There. Good. And then let's see if I can. Good. Good. Nice. That's a good one. Awesome. Yeah, what's really special about this girl, she's so sensitive. She really pays attention to everything. So if I can be mindful enough to be intentional with everything that I do, then she responds so great. So, really awesome. I like the sensitiveness. It's a lot easier to deal, well, I shouldn't say that in all situations, but with a lot of horses that I've worked with, it's been a lot easier to help a sensitive horse manage their emotions and learn to take more information and direction from the things that they're sensing than to like liven up a real deadhead that has learned to brace response over years, and like it's like you're talking to a brick wall. It's a lot easier to like help them organize themselves than to open them up once they've shut themselves down. Because I think horses are generally naturally really sensitive, and it's us that kind of deadens them. Good. 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 I really like that. Awesome. All right, let's see. Got about 10 minutes left. I think she did a fantastic job doing this, and so I think I'm going to end with a little Liberty as well. Let's see how much we can transfer this over to Liberty. But first, before I do that, I want to make sure that we're okay with being touched again. Let's kind of just revisit that. Good girl. Good girl. Good. Really nice. Let's have a little snack break over here. She stepped on her lead rope. We'll see how she figures that out once she realizes it. I'm sure I said before, but during training sessions, I do pretty lax about my lead rope stuff, depending on the horse, of course, but if they can get themselves in a sticky situation while they're under there we go, yeah! While they're under the supervision of me, then they can, work it out. Yeah, that spooked you a little bit, but you figured it out. Yeah, so let's have a little, big release there. Good girl. So that's a good learning situation for her, and it's much more preferable than her getting stuck on a fence and tying herself up. Yeah, I know. That was a little bit, that got us emotional, didn't it? It did. It did. Yeah. Now what's that? What are you processing about that? Huh? What do you think? What do you think? This is big. Look at her. She's sitting. She's thinking. She's staring at me. Probably trying to say something. But this is not something I would have gotten out of Whiskey when I first started working with her. She would not even stand still for a moment. And now she's like, all right, lady, what next? What next? How can I get the crumbs out of your pocket? I know, girl. That's okay. You process that over there. This is awesome. Look at that connection. You're great. You're great. Let me touch you. Good. Good. Yes, thank you for your little licks. I know. Here. There's one more. Good girl. Yeah. This is good too. I like to really like wave it above their back, over their head, things like that, because her owner does eventually want her broke under saddle. Thank you. That was too much in my space. Good girl. Thanks. Thanks. And so when she's like too far in my space, I'm not going to make a huge, gigantic deal out of it. But, you know, hard boundary. That's not allowed. Appreciate it. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. And so let's relax here. We're a little tense. We had a little bit of an up moment there for a moment. So we're going to sit here. There. A little lick and chew. I'm sure the camera can't see. We're coming around to see the flag. We're having a lick and chew. Awesome. All right, girlfriend. Let's take you off this for a little bit. Let's see what we can do. Good. Good. All right, so I'll move this. Put that in the center. So no backup. Backup is a no. We're not getting that off the lead, so that's totally fine. At least right now in this moment. Good. We'll see if we can. If she gets a little too far away, I'll see if I can catch her eye, draw her in. As I do so, ask for more. Good. So we got 2 distracting points, top and bottom. Catch her eye, draw her in, ask for more. Good. Ask for more. Good. Good. And so already you can see that like her attention span with me has grown like tenfold. She's able to like really keep with me for a lot longer than before, which is awesome. Like I'm actually a presence in her mind, whereas before I was just like, who is this being that is bothering me, right? And she actually like is finding comfort in my company, which is really nice. Good. 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 Yeah. Good. There. And again, that's fine. She was really far away from me. Not even a little bit of danger there. So, good. Good. Nice. I like that a lot. Because she wanted to turn around there. I got into position, asked her to keep going. And she obliged, with lots of impulsion as well. I'm not really focusing on like how she's moving at all. That's going to come later. It's just nitpicking for another time. But if I do see something nice like that, I'm definitely going to reward it. It's not only was she moving uphill, nice and correctly, pushing from the hind end, but she was also really responsive and nice. So I'm going to see if I can get the hard side. I know she's probably going to turn all the way around and then return back to the right. Let's see. Good. Thank you. Really nice. What's in there? Food's in there. Check it out. Here, look. Food's in here. Look. Right in here. Alright, that's fine. You don't have to. Alright, I don't have any in my hand. And so you can see once she's off of the lead, it's a little bit different, you know. The movement is like, okay, what am I going to go and do? That's fine for now. We're just ending on this, you know, just kind of seeing where she's at and letting her walk around, decompress a little bit. It's interesting to see the difference there. How she still kind of needs me to hold her hand, so to speak, with the lead rope. Let's see if you can get some crumbs. Got some nice crumbs here for you. And I really like that she's got this super solid recall. Awesome. Alright, well, I think that'll be it for her today. I'll spend some time going into her stall politely, which we won't video just because it's a difficult angle, and that's it. So, cool.